Words of peace now from one of Peace One Day longtime supporter. He served as the UN News and Media Division at the headquarters in New York in 2015 and 2016. He was the director of the United Nations Information Service in Geneva. And until recently, he has served as a communication advisor and chief spokesperson for the High Commissioner for Refugees. Please welcome United Nations Strategic Communication Consultant Ahmad Fawzi.
I have always supported Peace One Day as an organization for over 20 years since it was founded. And the reason is very simple, and that is having worked at the United Nations for nearly 25 years, and also as a journalist, and having traveled during those careers to conflict zones and post-conflict zones, and seeing the devastation of war and violence, peace is the only way to build prosperous societies in our world. Peace is the linchpin of everything else. Without peace, there is no development. Without peace, there is no justice. Without peace, development, and justice, there is no protection of human rights. They all come together under the umbrella of peace. And the idea of launching the campaign for peace by Peace One Day, to have a fixed date in the UN calendar to mark the importance of international peace, was an idea that appealed to me because there has to be a way to mobilize people around the world. To mobilize, meaning to show them the importance of peace. Why do we talk about it? It's not an abstract idea. It's an idea that affects everyone on the planet. Climate action, because this is a planet in danger. Why do I support climate action? Because if you don't, you are guilty of destroying this beautiful planet. And every day of my life, I eat fruit, I eat vegetables, I cook, and I look at these wonderful products of Mother Nature, of Earth, that we are destroying rapidly. Not gradually anymore, rapidly. And I'm guilty. We are all guilty of not respecting the sanctity of this planet. And if we don't do something very quickly, we're going to leave a terrible wasteland for our children and grandchildren. That's why I support climate action. The aspect that I think or feel most strongly about is that we need to mobilize all sectors of society. It isn't just about gas emissions. It isn't just about corporations, pollution. It's everything together. It's everything together. It's corporations, it's government, it's individuals. And that's what I think needs to be realized and mobilized and manifested in every sector of society. This has to be the way we're treating the pandemic. We're saying we can only do it together. There is no cure for the pandemic individually, by individual action. Everyone on this planet has to come together to defeat this virus. In the same way, everyone on this planet has to come together to save this planet. And sometimes I think this might be a crazy idea, but the pandemic that has devastated sectors across the globe is one way of Mother Nature telling us enough. And during the lockdowns, a lot of good happened. There were more birds singing. There was less pollution on Earth. People were happier in a way. And I may be going over the top, but that's what I think. I think it's bringing us together, governments, corporations, human beings, families, men, women, children, all together to save the planet. Storytelling helps us tell that story. How does climate change affect you and your family? You're running out of water? Your cattle, your livestock are dying? The earth is parched? You have lung cancer? You have to personalize a problem in order to mobilize society. And that's where storytelling comes in. Clever storytelling can mesmerize and mobilize. Number one, forgive me, for I am guilty of not respecting the planet in my early years. I am trying to make up for that now, but I'm only 1 in a billion people or more who need to change their ways. And I promise I am changing my ways. I'm convincing others around me to change their ways. I am teaching my children how to respect this planet that has given us so much. And it always amazes me, the beauty of the product Mother Earth gives us, Mother Nature. The beauty and how delicious the crops that Mother Earth helps us produce are. So I say to the next generation, this is a promise, but it also must be carried, and it's your job to carry it to bigger business and to bigger governments, to fulfill their commitments to reduce gas emissions, and that there's a whole menu of things that have to be done. And the other thing is that we are giving you the benefit of knowledge, the knowledge we didn't have. So it is now in your hands. The planet is in your hands. Save it. Don't repeat the mistakes of the past. We count on you. Here's a letter written to someone living 50 years from now. It was written by Matthew Olsen. Most likely you think we hated the elephant, the golden toad, the thylacine, and all variations of whale harpooned or hacked into extinction. It must seem like we sought to leave you nothing but benzene, mercury, the stomachs of seagulls, rippled with jet fuel and plastic. You probably doubt that we were capable of joy, but I assure you we were. We still had the night sky back then, and like our ancestors, we admired its illuminated doodles of scorpion outlines and upside-down ladies. Absolutely, there were some forests left. Absolutely, we still had some lakes. I'm saying it wasn't all lead paint and sulfur dioxide. There were bees back then, and they pollinated a euphoria of flowers, so we might contemplate the great mysteries and finally ask, hey guys, what's transcendence? And then all the bees were dead.